Today, we went to the Discovery Center at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We met Patrick, and he showed us all around. Hi, I'm Madison.
Hi, Madison.
I'm Reagan.
Hi, Reagan. I'm Patrick. Thanks for coming to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Discovery Center. Can I show you around and answer some questions about our space here?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go this way. Bill and Melinda Gates are two folks that live here in the Seattle area, and they started this organization about 20 years ago, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because they realized that there was a lot of work that could be done in the world, and they were in a unique position to be able to make a difference. So they decided to create this organization and set it up so that we're working all over the world with different partners, different individuals who are all working together to help improve lives, to fight disease, to end poverty, to create better opportunities in education. And then we created this Discovery Center about 7 years ago as a way to invite anyone from the public to come in, explore those same issues, and connect with their passions and how they might be able to make a difference too.
Cool. Malaria is a very bad disease, but the Gates Foundation is helping it go away.
Our foundation works all over the world, thinking about how we can improve lives by fighting and getting rid of different diseases that show up, by thinking about ways to work with farmers so that they're able to grow enough food to provide for their families, and working around the United States thinking about how can we all collectively work together to create more opportunities for students to succeed.
They also care a lot about farming and education. What kind of stuff do you do around the world?
There's so many things that happen all around the world, and many of them are really done by individuals that are really thinking about their own lives and their families and how they can create better situations. And they're often working with organizations who are making things happen. So we do a lot of partnering with amazing organizations and amazing individuals. And some of the things we're all working on together are thinking about diseases that sometimes maybe we don't see in, say, the United States, like malaria. It's a disease that's spread by mosquitoes and can make anyone really sick, but really especially dangerous for little kids. And we would love to see a world where that disease isn't here anymore. Or a disease that used to be all over the world and now is only in a few places, called polio. That disease is almost completely wiped out. We're down to just a handful of cases every year around the globe. And we're really hoping, with working with some amazing organizations around the world, that that disease might be gone in maybe even several years.
Patrick said kids have created new ways to do things.
What's something that I'm good at, or something that I like to do, and what's something that I care about? And amazing things can happen when those two ideas get put together. For example, right behind us, there's this wonderful image of women kind of holding up their finger. They're all individuals. They live in India, and they were part of a global effort to help get rid of this disease, polio, which is almost completely gone from the world. And through millions of volunteers, staff people, organizations, governments, India was able to completely get rid of that disease several years ago. And this image is some of the many women who are part of that effort, going around visiting communities, visiting young people, and making sure everyone had the vaccine to prevent that disease. And that's one of the main reasons that disease got wiped out.
What if I had to carry all the water I needed today? That would be so hard.
Okay, ladies, go ahead and try and lift these buckets. What do we think of those?
They're pretty heavy.
They are indeed heavy, and the nice thing about the exhibit, you can let go of them whenever you want. But what they're here to do is to help us realize that water is actually really heavy, something every single person needs every single day. And many of us across the United States, it's pretty darn easy for water to show up in our lives. We just turn a little knob and water comes out. But depending on where you live and what your situation is, you might actually have to get water by carrying it in a bucket. And that can be really heavy. It could take a lot of time. It could take a lot of effort. And so that's one thing that around the world some people are thinking about, to say, well, why not just build pipes and faucets and easier access to water? And that can be a great way to improve lives as well. When the kids are carrying the water, if that's part of their job, and sometimes it's getting water for them, but also the rest of their family, sometimes it can make things like spending time in school harder to come by because someone has to go get water. And so sometimes when that's the kids doing it, it can be challenging as well. So by thinking about water and greater access to water, that's often thinking about not just making improvements in water, but also creating better access to things like education and opportunity as well.
I can't imagine life without water.
I can't imagine life without water either. It's kind of a necessary thing, isn't it?
To all the people at the Gates Foundation, thank you for making the world a better place.
So much for visiting. I hope you had a great time. I really enjoyed meeting you both and getting a chance to show you around.
Thanks.
Yeah.